Hey everybody, Eric here. In this video, I wanted to take you behind the scenes a little bit to show you the setup that I use, video and audio setup that I use to film all of my gear demos, my pedal demos. And it's going to be in the top-down portion, so when you see me playing the guitar in the pedal demos, that's what I'm going to show you. So if that sounds cool, stick around because I'm just going to go ahead and roll it. Like I said in the intro, I wanted to take you on a tour of the gear that I use and the setups that I use to film all of the demos that you can see here on the channel. We're going to go over the video setup and the audio setup. So let's get into the video. As you can see, I sort of look blue right now. This is my pedal wall, and I have two RGB lights. I have two lights that are RGB, so I can change the colors of them. I have two of those shining on this wall to give it a color cast. Sometimes I match the pedal, the artwork, so like in the Blue Colander GT420 video, I made these green. Usually I like to stick to blue because I really like blue, but these are really cheap on Amazon. They're like, I think they're 40 bucks, maybe 30 or 40 bucks for 4 of them. And they're housed in just like ultra cheap Walmart clamp light holders, I guess they are. They're just clamp lights. You screw them in like normal bulbs, and then you can control them in an app. So that's the like practical background lighting. So let's go over to the desk and I'll show you my lighting setup and camera setup for actually filming all of the shots that you see in the video. As you can see, the desk is super messy. It gets like this whenever I film, and this side of the desk has just been relegated to filming side. So I put my pedal, whatever I'm demoing, in this case it's a couple pedals, I put it on the desk, and then I point this camera, which is my pedal cam. It is my B cam. It is a Sony A7R Mark I, and it's actually a photo-centered camera, but it does have video features, and it works pretty well for this use. So I've got this, which is my pedal cam. You can see that I can get my exposure on the pedals. I've got this sitting on a tripod. This is the tripod right here. And the telescoping column has been inverted, so I can get like a true top-down shot and not just like a... In a lot of videos you'll see the pedals look kind of like they span out as it gets closer to the top, and that's because if you angle the camera, if it's not perfectly level, it can give you kind of weird lines. So I like to get this level so all the pedals look normal on screen. But yeah, I use a photo ball head, and I have clamped on this shower curtain. It's literally a shower curtain to the tripod because it diffuses all the light. So my main source is right here. It is a DIY light box. This is my DIY main source of light. It is a dish tub lined with foil because I didn't want the light to pass back through the tub because it's a pretty thin tub. So I lined it with foil, and that reflects more light out this way. And inside is a surge protector. And then with the surge protector, I just have these right here. 2 60-watt equivalent LED bulbs with a Y adapter that goes into a power adapter. Plug those in to like every other terminal on the surge protector, and then you turn the surge protector on, and all of them shine at once, and it's super bright, and it's a really good source of light. What I do is I shine it into the white wall right here, and then from the white wall it bounces off of the white wall and comes through the shower curtain. And what that does is it gives me a nice soft light. Now if I didn't have this shower curtain right here, I would get some shadows from tall things like these knobs right here, and it would cast some shadows probably on the detail of like the knob labels, so you, the viewer, might miss what each knob does. So I like to soften the light so I don't get any harsh shadows, and you can see what's going on, what settings I'm using, and just have an easier time seeing what's happening. So I have the main source coming in here. I've got 2 more of these Walmart clamp lights with the same 60-watt LED bulb in it, doing the same thing. So I'm shooting light into the wall, it's bouncing off the wall and coming back into the pedals. If we pan up, we can see this monitor right here, which is a live feed hooked up HDMI to my main camera. This is my A camera. It is a Sony A7S Mark I, so it's an older camera, but it still works and it still looks great. This camera right here captures me. I stand in front of the pedals right here. It's hooked up to the monitor, and it lets me know, I can check focus, I can check exposure, and I can just make sure whatever I want in the frame is in the frame. That's the video portion of my setup. As you can see, I'm recording 2 cameras at the same time, and then I sync them after the fact inside my software. Now let's go ahead and look at the audio portion. So it all starts with the guitars. These are the guitars that I have in my collection. I choose whichever one I want, and then I plug it into the pedal. So it comes in, goes into whatever pedal or pedals I'm demoing. From the pedal, it goes out and goes into the amp, which is my Rocket Retro RR100. And from the amp, I take the speaker out of the amp and I put it into the Universal Audio aux. And now what I'm using the aux for is to load down the amp so I don't need a speaker cab. So I run the speaker out of the amp into the aux so it says, hey, amp, you don't have to make any sound and you don't have to blow up. From there, I take a speaker simulated line out. Here's the speaker out of the amp that comes into the aux. I set the impedance right there, so I've got it matched up with my amp. And then this right here is my main 1/4 inch line out. So I take this 1/4 inch out and I run it into my Focusrite 2i2. This is the 2nd gen, so it's not even the most modern one. It's super simple, it's really affordable, and it sounds great. So I run the aux into the Focusrite, and then I just use GarageBand to capture the audio. So this is what a lot of my projects look like. It's just a single track. If I use a stereo pedal or a stereo setup, I'll have 2 tracks, but usually it's just the mono track. And then I export the high quality audio capture and then sync everything up inside Premiere. And that is it. That is my whole setup. So I'm using 2 cameras to film the actual playing portions, 1 camera on the pedals, 1 camera on me. And then I sync that with the high quality audio that I record from the aux and from my Scarlett 2i2. And then I sync all of them together in Premiere Pro, and then I edit them down, and that is what you see on all of my videos. I hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes look at the setup that I use to make all of my demos. If you did, let me know in the comments below. And if you have any questions, also drop them in the comments below, because I would love to help more people with all of this video and audio gear setup stuff. So thank you so much for watching. Before I get out of here, I want to send a huge thank you to these folks right over here who are my executive producers for my Patreon page. I really appreciate all the support. I can't thank you enough. If you would like to know more about Patreon, I'm going to leave a link in the description below. So thank you so much for the support. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good one. I hope you stay safe.